Today is a good day. Installing the End Vise and drilling some dog holes will make this bench usable to a certain extent, and the end is in sight. I'm designing my own mechanism, so let me know in the chat what you think, or if there's a technical reason to use a dog hole in the dog block rather than what I did. I can always change it later if there's a good reason to do so. First up, I need to change the thrust washer to the inside of the screw shaft. The way this end vise will work makes it lefty-tighty, righty-loosey, so the stress is on the inside of the mounting plate. Next, I need to secure the mounting block where the screw shaft will mount. I've added 2 leftover threaded rods to provide stability. They will also act as clamps on the block during glue-up. When using a long drill bit like this one, it's important to view the angle of the drill bit by changing viewpoints. This will make sure you are drilling perpendicular to your work. Now it's time for glue up. After the glue is applied and the block is in place, I can tighten the threaded rods using some red thread locker and heavy nuts so that I don't need to use a washer. Heavy nuts are slightly larger than standard. They take a bigger wrench, but it applies a larger surface area against the work. These first 2 holes will allow the nuts to seat into the chunk beside it as we glue up. The third hole is going to hold the nut from the threaded rod that will come through to hold 5 of the 6 chunks together. I have to terminate it 1 chunk sooner due to the end vise mortise. The next hole to drill is located on the end of the vise block. It is a rebate that will allow the thrust washer some room as we bolt the vise screw into place. I am ripping the original plywood slices that we cut out for the vise screw mortise to be used as the dog block. They will have to fit in sideways, stack together, and fit snugly. I am going to cut these long on purpose, just for better handling, and will cut them down to size once the slices are ready to put in place. My idea is to have a sliding slice of plywood that will be used as the end vise dog. It will be pushed up from the bottom when needed, and then pressed back flush when not in use. It certainly is not a standard, by any means, but I cannot think of a reason why I can't do it this way. I have to drill out each dog block slice to allow the vise screw to pass through the center. I will drill an additional hole for 2 of the slices so they can slide up and down. My dog holes will be 6 inches apart, so my dog block will have 2 sliding slices that are 3 inches apart. That way, I can keep my vise from having to move so far each time I use it. I use a wonderful hardware store in Winchester, Virginia, called Solenberger's Hardware. They are a family-run store that has been in business since 1888. Talk about old-time hardware. At any rate, they have more fasteners than big box stores, and you can purchase them by the piece. I bought 8 1/4-inch by 6-inch flat-headed machine screws for less than a 25-pack if I could even find them elsewhere. I need to drill 4 holes in each slice for the vise screw mount. I need to drill an additional set of holes in each of the sliding slices, and then use a jigsaw to connect the set of holes together. This will allow the pieces to slide up and down without interference, with only the friction of the 4 screws holding it all together. I'm going to glue this middle set of 4 slices together. They don't need to move, and there is no need to have any play in that set of slices. Cutting off the dog block will allow me to be one step closer to the installation of this end vise. I will still leave them a bit proud of the workbench surface, so that I can plane the top and the dog block as a single piece. I have a few extra nuts lying around, but in this instance I am looking for 4 1/4-20 nylon locking nuts to provide the exact amount of friction in the dog block for the sliding slices. I had to dig out my old brace and bit set that I picked up from a pawn shop years ago. Luckily, I had a 1/4-inch bit in that set that was long enough. Pitsnipe5559 commented that he couldn't find his block plane. Maybe this is the one I found in the corner of that guy's garage. It was just sitting there. At any rate, next week I will be taking on the leg vise and the final episode of this build. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.